we are at the scene of the crime. I'm going to do a video on improvements to a, well actually I've done 2 videos prior called Controlled Descent, where I spoke about, I added this strap to my bed, and it actually connects my shower chair to the bed, because I transfer into my shower chair when I'm getting ready to go to bed. I transfer out of my shower chair into bed, and then once I'm done doing my sleepitation situation, I then in turn transfer from my bed into my shower chair. And there's a problem. I've figured this out and it works really well, but I've decided to upgrade and make it so it is infallible. At this point in time, I do believe that I have found success. I have another improvement I'm going to make to the fastener on the strap, the locking mechanism on here, which is nothing more than a nut and bolt right now, but we're going to change that. Also, I think it was Controlled Descent 2, where I added the block, which is a bit of a bridge in between the chair and the bed, so you're really pretty much just utilizing almost a different form of a, what do you want to call it, a transfer board. But you can't use a transfer board because typically when you're transferring from your bed onto a chair, you know, skin is a bit of an issue, and I sleep in my underoos, so you know, unless of course you're able to, I don't know, put them on the board or something like that. But I've removed a lot of the tiny little problems by creating a locking device for this, to make it so it goes, where the fuck does it go? Oh, when it's locked in, the chair, the bed are one, and it goes fucking nowhere. Stick around, kids. Might learn something, bitches.
At my radio on, I was driving, and trees went by, me and I was singing a little runaway. I was flying, yeah, running down a dream, never would come to me, working on a mystery, going wherever it leads. I'm running down a dream. Felt so good, like anything was possible. I hit cruise control and rubbed my eye. The last 3 days, the rain was unstoppable, and it was always cold, no sunshine. Yeah, running down a dream, never would come to me, working on a mystery, going wherever it leads. I'm running down a dream. I put my pedal down to make some time, and there's something good waiting down this road, and I'm picking up whatever's mine. Yeah, running down a dream, never would come to me, working on a mystery, going wherever it leads. I'm running down a dream. Yeah, running down a dream, never would come to me, working on a mystery, going wherever
credit. I've walked you through the beginning of my idea, from the early sketches to the early prototypes, and you can see the progression of the prototypes. You can see the progression of the testing that I did, and then you've seen the final product. Do I think this is something that should be available to anyone that actually needs it? Absolutely. Do I think this is a marketable item? Absolutely. And if anybody's thinking, you know, you probably shouldn't show all that because somebody will copy it. Well, people are going to copy shit no matter what. If there's somebody from a company or whatever that wants to talk to me about it, I'm all ears. But you'll see, I did 2 videos prior addressing this problem. Controlled Descent 1, Controlled Descent 2. And it takes a minute or two for an idea to really catch hold. And you have to live with your first draft, and you have to make improvements. And then you make said improvements, and then in turn, you do your second draft, your third draft, however many drafts it does. All the testing. What I seem to have gotten now is something, for me, 100% successful. I'm working on something with the strap to make that a little bit more. I want to make it so the locking device distributes the forces equally, so as to, not lend any additional stress or strife on the infrastructure of the product. But it works. It works really well. And if you're curious about it, if you really want to know more, by all means, angryquad@gmail.com. If you have an idea, scribble something. I've said this 100 times, and I've shown some of the shit that I've done countless times. Scribble something down. That's your initial attempt. Start making measurements. Take your measurements. Maybe first you draw it out again, and then see what the feasibility of that is. Upgrade your initial prototype. See if that works again. Upgrade until you figure out where you're going and what you're doing. Really important. Now, did I do this alone? Yeah, but I also had a friend help me out with some additional, final touches. I know I have to start getting more into 3D programming, and I do, but I've got to get on the bus. I've got to get onto Fusion 360. It's a better 3D design program. So I guess I'm going to end up going in that direction. And yes, I know I have to get a cell phone. I have to get a smartphone. So I'm going to have to take that one on the chin as well. However, any questions about this, by all means, I'm only here to help, kids. All we have is each other. We deal with the same problems time and time again. Discussion is huge. Check us out. Me, Rob, Cordy, whomever. We try to bring in other people over at the East Coast Rollers. We do a live stream every Wednesday at 6:30 Eastern Standard Time. You can find the links and everything over at Kickin' It with Rob and Tara on Wednesdays. And if you have an opportunity, Tuesdays, 6:30 Eastern Standard Time, 3 o'clock or 3:30 West Coast time, Left Coast time, over at the Live to Roll Boys. We discuss topics that affect quadriplegics. This is the Angry Quad, over and out. That's all, folks. Howdy, bitches.